it's important to see something that's familiar and relatable. And we've never had that in the history of magic. And now it's there. And now that's a role that I can acknowledge and be aware of. And when I go to create this brand, it's not just about being badass and doing these insane daredevil things. It's also about being the kind of person that little girls and little boys and little kids can go to and be like, that's something I could be, and that's possible. And that for me is probably more important than, I mean, it is, it's more important than fame or success or whatever that is. It's who I get to impact, and having a platform that's large enough to do that to as many people as I can.
I love that. I mean, that really resonated with me because that's why I started my podcast. I couldn't find a show that actually found out real things about people, that didn't just give the cookie cutter and you could change the name at the top. I wanted to actually find out about the weaknesses, the worries, the stresses, how they became better people. And I love the fact that you're the same person here as you are off camera, as you're on at your show. You're not a character. You're not somebody that we go, oh, we have to get into the zone or we have to edit it
Mhm.
before it goes out. You just kind of, you are who you are. Do you think then that there's this difference between sort of passion versus calmness, this ego versus kind of just chill? How does it all work best for you? Is it just being you, dialing it up a wee bit, making the sarcasm a bit stronger, a bit more display? Because I find if I'm say jujitsu, if I'm angry, I'm terrible. If I'm completely relaxed, I'm terrible. That bit in between seems to be just that level that works well. Do you find as a performer you need that balance between the two, the yin and the yang?
Yeah, definitely. And first of all, I will say you're doing a great job. I mean, I've loved these questions. This has been one of my favorite conversations I've ever had about all of this
Oh,
stuff. So you're doing a
I
great
love
job,
it.
and thank you for that. And to answer your question, I mean, balance I think is one of the most important things in all of this, and finding happiness in the things that aren't the insane, not just loving, I did a great show and they loved me and it was amazing. I got a standing ovation and they all wanted my autograph and they all loved it and they all clapped in tears. Well, as great as you should love a perfect show, it's you got to teach yourself to love the little things of it too. You got to love practicing, you got to love traveling, you got to find little moments in you like to be able to have the balance where it's just like you can't just say, I love this adrenaline rush, I love this high, and when it's not gone, I just want it back, and I'm nothing until it's back. It's you gotta be okay with being nothing. And for me, when I come home from tours or shows, I just love being nothing. Like, I love coming home and just going, today I'm gonna be a person who just sits on the floor and listens to vinyl, like, listens to music all day, and that's all I'm gonna be. I don't need to be a superhero. I don't need to be chasing it 24/7. Well, I feel like I am. I think it's okay to just be okay with who you are without all of that, and for me, it's really important to just still love that I am who I am. If I never did a show again, well, I would probably be a far worse version of my life. I would still love who I am as a person. I don't need it. I want it and it's for me, but I love who I am without it. And that's just how I try and approach the balancing is when I come home is just find a lot of joy and value in things that aren't in control of other people, that aren't the applauses or the accolades or the awards, things that are just about you.
I love that. I love how you can see like the vinyl behind you and it's like stacked up and
My
you can
corner.
you can just imagine you staring at the window, just chilling and enjoying that. And I think that's the side of people we don't always see. Is we always see the polishedness, the kind of the rock and the suits and all that kind of stuff. And social media is kind of letting us see the real people now. And I think that's it's remarkable. So what feedback metrics